today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go play action with Jackson. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Kenny Clark in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. The catch is made by Ellington. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The Browns at 13-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got Gore. And some room to roam now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the down.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson now. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Rolling to his right. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. Again, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They run a draw here on 2nd down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown! David Njoku, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. Here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's man. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew...
Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 28-0. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Isaiah Pacheco
with career touchdown number 75.
And the Browns continue to pull away here this 1st half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Now back to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 41 yards.
And the Browns extend their lead yet again.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's man. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Jackson options out left, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's man.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Running left is Stevenson.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Jackson.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. To throw again is Jackson.
And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Ravens are able to at least get one score back. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Jackson to throw. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And now they're in the hurry-up. And Jackson throwing once more. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 36 yards.
And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's taken in at the 9.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Back to throw. Jackson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
71 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Isaiah Pacheco
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Browns extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Jackson will throw again.
He finds Bateman over the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Mitchell.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he'll be out of of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Jackson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
From the 17, Jackson, and his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Jackson looking to throw on third.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. He stopped to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Jackson.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tucker now to add the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And
this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, Here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Cleveland, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.